Anin Bojo, Mr. McLeod Mondaya. So today's lesson is going to be interrogative and negation. So that's asking yes no questions and negative sentences. So, interrogatives. Today's lesson will be about asking yes no questions in Ojibwe and responding in the negative. So, we are asking questions that trigger or elicit a yes no response from your audience or whoever you're talking to. In Ojibwe, we have a few methods for asking questions. For today, we'll be focusing on yes no questions. So those are questions that you answer with either yes or no. These questions you can answer by replying with either yes or no. In Ojibwe, we signal that we are asking a question with key words. The question word we will be learning about today is na, N-A. Interrogative na. Na is an interrogative particle that triggers a yes-no response from your audience. Generally, word order Nipissing Ojibwe hasn't been extensively studied, so I am limited on my understanding of it. Na is generally best suited in second position of your question, so kind of like the second word. This means you can start a question with any word and use na right after and follow it with whatever words that are related to your question. So whether that's the noun or the verb, just as long as na is the second thing that you say. What does second position look like? So here's a sentence, Ndwewes bikshka, meaning the phone is broken. Ndwewes na bikshka, is the phone broken? So notice how na is in second position here, or the second word in the sentence, or a question, and it changes the English to a question instead of a statement. We can also pronounce it bikshka na ndwewes, so that they both mean the same thing, is the phone broken, but notice how our verb, bikshka, has changed from either being the first word or the last word in our question, and same thing with ndwewes. So this is what we mean by the word order is kind of doesn't matter sometimes, but in some cases it does with na, meaning that it's best suited for second position. So negation in Ojibwe. So far, our sentences have been in A-form independent clauses. A-form independent clauses means a statement that doesn't require any further information to make sense. For example, the phone is broken, opposed to if the phone is broken. For inflecting our A-form sentences into negative, we have to start negative and end negative. Starting negative means always beginning your sentence with a variation of the word no in Ojibwe. So you can use gawin, kawin, gone, ka, etc. Whatever one you choose to use, it's perfectly acceptable. Ending negative means ending our verb with the appropriate negative suffix. Negative A-form paradigm for VII words that end in vowel sounds. Our example is bikshka. So, for our example, our paradigm, for our third person singular, we have the word ka, which is our variation for the word no, then followed by our VII word, which is bikshka, and then we're adding snown to the end. So that's how you do for third person singular. Third person plural is the exact same way. but how you tell it's singular or plural is based on your noun. Fourth person, we have ka. We're starting out with ka. We have our VII word, and then we're using the suffix snine for fourth person singular. And then for our fourth person plural, we're using ka again, followed by our VII word, then using our suffix snine1, and that's for fourth person plural. So in our examples, this is how we're using the same verb and the same noun, but I'm showing you how we are how the meanings change in English. So ka bikshka snon mkak, that's our third person singular example. Ka bikshka snon mkak, the box is not broken. So we're just talking about one box not being broken. The third person plural example, ka bikshka snon mkakan. Ka bikshka snon mkakan, the boxes are not broken. Fourth person singular, ka bikshka snene John mkakan. Ka bikshka snene John mkakan, John's box is not broken. And now we're moving on to our fourth person plural. Ka bikshka snene1 John mkakan. Ka bikshka snene1 John mkakan, John's boxes are not broken. Moving on to VII words that end in D or T sounds. So notice how I've highlighted that D sound being lighter. That means that we're going to drop that sound for something else. So VII words that end in D or T sounds, they inflect very similar to VII words that end in vowel sounds for the negative. So we're starting off negative with ka, followed by our VII word, then using the suffix snon, followed by our noun, our singular noun. Then for the plural, it's the same as our last verb. So again, starting off negative with ka, then our VII word, then ending negative with snon again, and then followed by our plural noun. So fourth person, again, starting off with ka, followed by our VII word, and then using our snine suffix, followed by our fourth person noun, singular noun. And then fourth person plural is, again, starting off with ka, followed by our VII word, ending with snine1, meaning it's plural, and then followed by our fourth person noun. So here's our example. We're using moshnem gud. So our first example is third person singular. Ka moshnem ga snon mkak. Ka moshnem ga snon mkak. And that means the box is not full. So notice how moshnem gud, we drop that D or T sound at the end and replace it with snon. So that's prevalent among all our examples. So third person plural. Ka moshnem ga snon mkakan. Ka moshnem ga snon mkakan. So how we tell the difference between singular and plural for those two examples is you look at your noun. So mkak, one box, mkakan, plural boxes. So that means the boxes are not full. Moving on to our fourth person singular. Ka moshnem ga snene John mkakan. Ka moshnem ga snene John mkakan. So John's box is not full. Moving on to our fourth person plural. Ka moshnem Ka moshnem gas ninewan John mkakan. Ka moshnem ga sninewan John mkakan. And that means John's boxes are not full. So the way to tell the difference between singular and plural is you have to look at your verb, the ending of your verb. So snine means just one. Snine one, plural. Now for VII words that end in N sounds, we are using the example jesin, which means open, or it is open. So unlike our other two examples, instead of using the suffix snon, we are using the suffix znon. But other than that, it's all the same. So third person singular, start off negative with ka, followed by our VII word, followed by the suffix znon, and then our singular noun. Third person plural, start off with ka, followed by our VII word, and then using our ending negative with our suffix znon, followed by our plural noun. Fourth person singular, ka, followed by our VII word, then with the suffix znene, followed by our fourth person noun. Fourth person plural, starting off with ka, followed by our VII word, then culminating with znene1, and then our fourth person noun. So we're going to show those examples of how it works. So our first example, ka jesin znon mkuk. So ka jesin znon mkuk. That means the box is not open. Next one, ka jesin znon mkakan. Ka jesin znon mkakan. So again, tell the difference is looking at your noun. So mkuk, one box, mkakan, multiple boxes. So that second sentence means the boxes are not open. Moving on to our fourth person sentences. Ka jesin znine John mkakan. Ka jesin znine John mkakan. John's box is not open. Ka jesin zninewan John mkakan. Ka jesin zninewan John mkakan. John's boxes are not open. So again, to tell your plural, look at your VII word in this case. So look at the suffix. So znine, one fourth person. Znine one, multiple fourth person, or plural fourth person. Mie for now. All right, moving on to our worksheet for this lesson. So we have to rearrange the letters to spell the correct VII words. Also, keep an eye out for plural versions. So let's see here. Which one should I do? All right, I'll do two examples here. So we'll do this first one. This one is pshishkwan. And this one looks an awful lot like pshishkwan, but it has an extra O, like an O, and N. So that tells me this is the plural version. Because we know from our previous lessons that pshishkwan by itself is singular, but VII words that end in N sounds pluralize with an OON suffix. All right, so keep an eye out for those plural suffixes in here. Just try and do the singular ones first, and then identify which ones maybe have added sounds like an AN or OON or IIN. All right, so moving on, multiple choice. When am dan gyak kidwin kidwinning. So match the correct words. So Ojibwe. So if we don't know this word here, we can look it up in the dictionary. Ojibwe. So we don't have any examples that pop up. So if this happens, again, just start deleting letters until you find something here. So you always delete from the end. So we're going to delete the N. Try again. Nope. Delete the A. Try again. Nope. All right, we're going to delete the W. All right, so once we deleted the 3 last letters, we got Ojibwe, which means it is rolling. And so we know that to pluralize Ojibwe, we add WAN. So we're talking about plural things rolling. All right, so they are rolling is our answer. A, it is falling. B, they are rolling. C, they are falling. Or D, it is rolling. So we know our answer is B. They are rolling. All right, so keep an eye out for those plural suffixes. So in Ojibwe, how do we ask yes/no questions? What is the word that we use in our questions? Then what position does it go in? Is it first position, last position, second position? You can fill that out here. Number 5, reorganize the words and sounds to form questions and provide translations for the questions you write. All right. So we have gon pquaquad, jabopte, na. So we're asking questions. So we know this is our question word. And so we know that goes second position. So you can put either one of these words here, gon pquaquad or jabopte first, followed by na. So I'll just go with gon pquaquad. So gon quad, followed by our question indicator, na, and then our verb, jabopte. So from previous lessons, we know gon pquaquad means snowball. Na, question, jabopte, it is rolling. So because this is a question, we have to rearrange our English to make it a question. Is the snowball rolling? All right. So that's how you do this section here. Moving on. So match the appropriate negative suffix to match the translations. So this is our intended translation. They aren't rolling. So ka jabopte, do VII words use a snown ending or is known ending with a Z for the negative. So known or snown. All right. So for this one here, VII words that end in vowel sounds, right here, they use this one here, snown. All right. Boom, like that. So you can do that for the rest of these. All right. Next part, number 7. Answer these questions with negative Ojibwe responses and translate what you write. So we got a question here, and we have to answer in the negative. So first off, let's translate this. So mkakan, so we're talking about boxes. Na moshnem gadon. So this question is asking, are the boxes full? So start off negative, ka. Then you can go into your verb next if you like. Moshk nem gad, but we need a negative. So we get rid of the D sound. Then we go snown. And then followed by our plural noun. Mkakun. So that's answering this question in Ojibwe, or in the negative for Ojibwe. Now we gotta translate what we wrote here. So ka moshnem ga snown mkakun means no, the boxes are not full. All right. So you got to go through these questions, answer them negative, translate your negative answers in English here. All right. So that's it for now. Miigwech, and good luck.